And here it comes, charging southeast along Canadian National's main line. Looks like a GE S44DC leading an SD 70M-2. An odd combination of General Electric and General Motors working together. It is Thursday afternoon, August the 30th, 2012. And this is Young, Saskatchewan. The Grand Trunk Pacific surveyed this line through in 1907. It had steel on it by 1908. It was their main line. The train should be crossing the site of the famous diamond about now. The intersection that allowed Young to call itself the Diamond of the Prairies. Here we are in the southeast corner of town, looking to the northeast. Over the outwash channel that drained glacial lake waters from the northwest down through the basin of Little Manitou Lake into Last Mountain Lake and thence into the Cabell system. It's a pretty good landing through here. Allen Hills are to the south. Great mounds of glacial till, boulders, rocks, clay, all mixed up. Settlers began arriving in this area 1904-05. Germans, Norwegians, Scots, people from Britain, Swedes. There's McClellan School, built in 1958. And there it is again. Replaced the Red Brick School, which closed in 1963. The United Church, built as a Methodist church in 1914. And the Senior Center in the Orange Hall was built in 1912 and converted to a theater in 1922. Looking northwest up 2nd Avenue, the Grand Trunk Pacific laid out the town site in 1907, perpendicular to its rail line. There's an old Hart car with rubber tires on it for use in parades, maybe. And the plaque reads, "In memory of those who chose to make Young community their home. 75th anniversary, 1910 to 1985. And the plaque says it all. Building's been in use for almost 100 years. On the west side of Main Street. Looking south down Main towards busy highway number 2 and the Canadian National line. Elevators used to stand down there. National, Pioneer, Pool, and the east side of Main Street. The co-op has been active in Young since 1914, one of the first co-ops organized in the province. April the 1st, 1909. The post office changed its name from Little Manitou, which was established in July the 1st, 1907, Rural Post Office, when it moved on to the town site. And looking southeast down 2nd and around northwards. And the community hall, built in 1948. Young was incorporated as a village on June the 7th, 1910, and remained so, named after F.G. Young, a local entrepreneur. Here's the park on the site of Flannery's Hall and Pool Room. The hotel used to stand down there in the corner beyond the red car. There's the former Prairie Rose restaurant, one of the earlier buildings in town. Good old credit union. Population of Young is 293 in 2011, up slightly from 2006. Oh, there they are working on the main line. This is CN's Asquith sub. And highway number 2, realigned in 1973. The building down there is a big stone edifice built in 1913 as a power plant. Now village shops, fire hall. Until November the 13th, 2011, the hotel stood on the corner there where the muddy patch is. The Quebec Bank was the first one in town in 1912. It was superseded by the Royal Bank in that brick building there in 1914. And the last elevator in Young, former Saskatchewan Wheat Pool C, built in 1965 and sold off in 2001. The station would have stood right around in here somewhere. It was a Design A built in 1911 at mile 13.9 from Watrous. It burned in 1962. And here we are in the arena, 1990s skating rink. Looking at the mural that's being painted for the town.
Now this is where you cue purple haze, but it's changed from haze to blaze.
The mural will be mounted on a big framework and set up facing Highway 2 right outside the arena here. Quite the project. There's the artist at work. What did you say your last name was, Mike?
Pardon me?
What was your last name?
Gaudette.
Oh, oui.
Gaudette.
Mike's mural will go right out here. Young was set to become quite the railway hub back in the day. In 1910, Grand Trunk Pacific built a line due north up towards PA, across the river in St. Louis. And in 1911, the CPR built down from Clonsay and installed the famous diamond to cross the Grand Trunk Pacific rails, built on down towards Regina. Established the station at mile 92.8 from Craven on what they called the Clonsay sub. It was a standard number 5 station. And it was sold off in 1968, and it's now the Golf Club house just south of town. Right down that road there. CN station would have stood right in here. The widening of the highway destroyed much of the site, probably right where the bushes are there. The first elevators would have stood right along here. Atlas and Security and the Parker Brothers all had structures up before 1911. Parker Brothers was closed by Beaver in 1921, and Security and Atlas were closed by Cargill in 1986 and 96 respectively. And there was Saskatchewan Wheat Pool, number 18A, built in 1925, closed in 1981. The scouring meltwaters exposed an outcrop of limestone just to the west of town, and in 1913 Mr. McLean built a kiln and began burning the stone for lime, which he shipped out on the main line here for many years. I should mention the other churches in Young. There's the St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Church, built in 1964, but has a long history in the area, as does Christ Lutheran, whose new church was built in 1983. Young, Saskatchewan. Now, hang on, a newsflash from July 18th, 2014, Young, the south side, looking north towards the CN line and downtown Yonge on the other side of the highway. And I recall we were talking about the Canadian Pacific Station. Well, here it is. A standard number 5, built in 1911 and sold in 1968 to the golf club. It was built about a year after the steel ran through here, the Colonsay sub. And it was at mile 92.8 from Craven. And there was elevators here. There was a Beaver elevator in 1915. It was closed by Northern Grain in 1946. I think the right-of-way is right through here, and so the elevators would have stood in here somewhere. And there was a Saskatchewan cooperative elevator built in 1923 and closed by the pool in 1975. Looking to the east, there's the noted golfer C.R. Wilson examining the clubhouse. $5 daily green fee. I wonder if they're really greens or if they're sands. Whatever, very nice usage for a historic building.